Hey guys, I'm Jess McDonald. It is the 22nd of July today and you're tuned in to GameSpot News. First up, it's a story about Crash Bandicoot, but I'll let you enjoy a few more blissful seconds of hope before I tell you it's also a story about Naughty Dog saying it's probably not the right time for Crash. There's a sliver of hope though, as the dev have said it's never off the table. Community strategist Ann Meyer said it's not too much time passing, but it's the same issues we explored with the Jak and Daxter game. Is it something that makes sense to us now? I mean, we still have people that worked on the Crash games in the studio. We never forget our past, and it'd be great for nostalgic reasons. It'd be the same reason as why there isn't a Jak 4. I don't know if it's playing to our strengths right now. Previously mentioned Jak and Daxter game, which was being worked on by The Last of Us director Neil Druckmann, never quite made it out because Naughty Dog didn't think that the game they were making was true to the series. Meyer continued to express that right now the studio is mostly interested in narrative-driven games with strong characters. Speaking of Neil Druckmann, gamers were a little upset when Sony said they wouldn't be offering any deals for owners of the PS3 version of The Last of Us, eyeing off the PS4 remastered version. Luckily, GameStop has come to the rescue. Starting on the 27th of July, you can pop by your local GameStop, trade in your original PS3 copy of The Last of Us, and get a sweet 50% off the remastered version for PS4. It's a pretty good deal, but it also ends on August 2nd. So if you're tossing up whether you want your clicker-riddled Apocalypse remastered, now is the time to decide. Next up, two massive delays have come down the pipeline today, the first being for Battlefield Hardline. The cops and robbers focused shooter needs more time to ferment and be refined, according to Battlefield series creator DICE. The plan is to give devs time to add new community-driven feature ideas to the multiplayer experience and polish up the story experience within the single player. DICE have also said they're super aware of not wanting a repeat of Battlefield 4's janky launch, and they believe the extra time will enable them to ensure that Hardline is far more stable. No new release date has been announced so far. Next up on the delay train is Dragon Age Inquisition. So between this and the Battlefield Hardline news, we should have effectively brought disappointment on the majority of today's news viewers. EA's other game is being pushed back again to November 18 of this year, more than a month later than its original October 7 release date. But hey, the game's first delay was a year long, so it could be much worse. Executive producer Mark Dara has said the team needs time to nuke bugs and polish the overall experience. He says that they are ensuring that our open spaces are as engaging as possible, strengthening the emotional impact of the hero's choices, and ensuring the experience you get is the best it can be in the platform you choose to play on. Next up, I'm going to talk about Dota 2 and which Dota 2 team won the big tournament that was on this year. So if you don't want to know the results, you can switch off now, I won't mind. Said big Dota 2 tournament was the International 4, which was offering up almost 11 million bucks in prize money thanks to community contributions. The recipients of half that giant stack of cash are Chinese Team Newbie, who beat out fellow countryman Vici Gaming by winning 3 consecutive games after losing their first in the grand finals. But Vici Gaming still earned themselves just under 1.5 million, and North America's Evil Geniuses team grabbed just over 1 million, making them some of the highest earning players ever. Might be a good time to get into esports. And as for your question of the day, let me know down in that comment box which game you reckon you could be best in the world at if you had to choose. If you like conventions and live stream goodness, then it's well worth you knowing that San Diego Comic-Con is a thing that's happening this week. We will be having a 2-hour live show from Thursday through to Saturday starting at 4 PM PT each day, so visit GameSpot to get stuck into that for all the info and whatnot. Those are all the news things I wanted to tell you about today, but tomorrow I'll have more bits and pieces, so be sure to join me again then.